You want this scandal to hit different? Let me tell you something that's gonna make your blood boil. Right now, as you're watching this, the entire NFL is dealing with the single most explosive coaching controversy in modern football history. And I'm not talking about some petty sideline argument or a bad play call. This is full-scale corruption that just got exposed in the worst way possible. And it's tearing apart one of the league's most storied franchises from the inside out. Kevin Stefanski just got hit with a lifetime ban from the NFL. Let that sink in for a second. A lifetime ban. That's not a suspension. That's not a fine. That's complete erasure from professional football. Roger Goodell himself stepped in and dropped the hammer so hard it sent shockwaves through every coaching staff, every front office, and every locker room across the league. And the reason why? A leaked audio recording that proves what everyone suspected but nobody could confirm until now. Stefanski and his coaching staff were deliberately sabotaging Shedeur Sanders, the most hyped rookie quarterback since the draft, keeping him buried on the depth chart no matter how good he played. This leak came out of absolutely nowhere. An anonymous Twitter account posted a 47-second audio clip allegedly recorded during a Browns staff meeting 3 weeks ago. Within minutes, and I mean minutes, this thing went nuclear. Millions of people heard it, shared it, dissected every single word, and what they heard was damning. You can hear what's allegedly Stefanski's voice, clear as day, talking with his offensive coordinator, his quarterback coach, maybe even the general manager, and the words that came out? Unforgivable doesn't even begin to cover it. We can't let him take over this team, Stefanski allegedly says in the recording. If Shedeur plays, the veterans will revolt. We keep him benched no matter what. No matter what. Think about that phrase for a second. This wasn't about competition. This wasn't about earning your spot through practice and performance. This was a predetermined verdict handed down behind closed doors. A conspiracy to suppress talent regardless of what that kid did on the field. Every value that professional football is supposed to represent. Competition, merit, earning your place through hard work, all of it thrown out the window because of some backroom politics. But it gets so much worse. Other parts of the audio reveal the full scope of this operation. Stefanski allegedly says, Jimmy wants his guy starting, fine, but we control the reps. We control the playbook. We control everything that counts. Then another voice, believed to be offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, jumps in saying, exactly. Shedeur gets scrimmages against the practice squad. Gabriel gets the real reps. The media won't notice. Ownership sees Sanders at QB1 on paper, and everyone's happy except the kid. This wasn't incompetence. This wasn't bad judgment. This was calculated, systematic sabotage of a player's development. And legal experts are already lining up, saying Shedeur Sanders might have grounds for a massive lawsuit, not just against the Browns, but potentially against the league itself for allowing this environment to exist. The internet absolutely exploded. Within 2 hours, the hashtag #BanStefanski was trending #1 nationwide. Over 2 million tweets came flooding in as Browns fans split right down the middle. Half of them felt vindicated, finally having proof that their suspicions were real. The other half felt heartbroken, watching their team's reputation go up in flames in real time. Shedeur Sanders supporters were celebrating like justice had finally been served, while longtime Browns loyalists sat there horrified as their franchise became the laughing stock of professional sports. This wasn't just Cleveland drama anymore. This was a national crisis for the NFL's credibility. Cleveland's reaction hit every possible extreme. One Browns podcaster went completely off on Twitter, writing, I told you all Stefanski sabotaged this kid from day one. Fire him. Ban him. Get him out of football forever. Meanwhile, another local host sounded absolutely devastated, posting, this destroys everything. Our coach is a fraud. Our front office complicit. Our season dead before it began. How do we come back from this? The heartbreak was real and raw. These are fans who poured money, loyalty, and emotional investment into this team, only to find out the whole thing was built on lies and manipulation. Then the media storm hit like a freight train. ESPN dropped their regular programming for breaking coverage. Stephen A. Smith jumped on air absolutely furious, shouting, this is bigger than football. Kevin Stefanski wasn't just a bad coach. He was a liar. He tried to rob Shedeur Sanders, the kid who brings hope, ratings, and energy, of his rightful place. That clip blew up instantly, racking up millions of views within hours. Shannon Sharp joined in on Nightcap, his tone sharp as steel, saying, you reap what you sow. Stefanski got greedy, scared, and caught. Shedeur Sanders is the truth, and the league wasn't about to let a coach bury its future. And when word got out that Deion Sanders himself had contacted the league demanding a full investigation and accountability, everyone knew this story had just turned nuclear. Coach Prime wasn't going to sit back and watch his son get buried by some coaching conspiracy. He went straight to the top, and the league had no choice but to respond. This is where everything went into overdrive. Roger Goodell personally stepped in, and that almost never happens. The commissioner usually stays out of team-level drama, letting the competition committee handle things quietly behind closed doors. But not this time. Sources say Goodell personally listened to the recording, called in his legal team, contacted the Players Association, and made the decision to take matters into his own hands. Just 11 hours after the audio dropped, the NFL released an official statement that hit like a bomb. The National Football League holds its leaders to the highest standards of integrity, professionalism, and ethical conduct. Any deliberate effort to manipulate players, suppress development, or compromise fairness violates the trust between our league, our teams, and our fans. After a full review of the evidence, including the recordings and corroborating testimony, Commissioner Roger Goodell has determined that Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski engaged in conduct detrimental to the league. Effective immediately, Kevin Stefanski is banned for life from all NFL activities, including coaching, consulting, or any role with league organizations. This decision is final and not subject to appeal. A lifetime ban, the harshest punishment ever handed down for a coaching decision in NFL history. Stefanski's name is now grouped with people like Pete Rose and Donald Sterling, figures who became symbols of betrayal to their sport. The sports world absolutely lost its mind. Analysts couldn't believe what they were seeing. Some called it justice, others called it an overreach, but everyone agreed it was unprecedented. But the backlash came fast. Sports attorney Daniel Wallach tweeted, "Goodell's lifetime ban raises major legal questions. What gives the commissioner the power to end a coach's career unilaterally? Expect a lawsuit incoming." And he was right. Within hours, Stefanski's legal team fired back, announcing plans to sue the NFL, the Browns, and even those responsible for leaking the recording. This scandal wasn't ending. It was only getting louder and messier. The NFL wasn't caught off guard, though. They were locked and loaded. Reports say the league launched a lightning-fast investigation within hours of the audio leak, interviewing coaches, front office executives, and even players. The evidence was overwhelming. Emails, texts, meeting notes, all confirming that the recording was real, that the plot against Shedeur Sanders was deliberate, and that Cleveland's staff had been manipulating the competition for weeks. One insider said, "This wasn't Stefanski just running his mouth. It was a pattern. They've got proof stacked up." When the lifetime ban dropped, absolute chaos hit the Browns' locker room. Players found out through a group text minutes before the public announcement. The reactions were explosive. Some cheered, some sat in stunned silence, and others were straight up shocked. An anonymous lineman told reporters, "We all knew. The audio just proved it. Shedeur should have been quarterback one from day one. Now nobody can stop him." But a defensive captain took a quieter stance, saying, "I respected Coach Stefanski, but if he really plotted against a teammate, against a kid chasing his dream, then he earned what came to him. You can't build a team on lies." The locker room was torn between relief and betrayal, victory clouded by disbelief. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders stayed completely silent. His social media went dark. No statements, no interviews, nothing. Sources close to the family said he was processing everything privately with his dad, Deion Sanders, before deciding what to say. He's not celebrating. One source revealed, he's hurt. Shedeur wanted to win that job fair and square, not because his coach got banned. It feels hollow, even if it proves him right. Still, the vindication hit hard. Every strange decision suddenly made sense. Remember when Shedeur threw 3 touchdowns in red zone drills but got 0 first-team reps the next week? Explained. When Dillon Gabriel started preseason despite being outplayed in camp? Explained. Even the offensive game plans designed to cage Shedeur's creativity and mobility now looked like sabotage in plain sight. It was all there, hiding in daylight, and now the whole world could see it. 6 hours after the lifetime ban hit, Browns owner Jimmy Haslam took the mic in an emergency press conference, standing right beside Shedeur Sanders. His tone was sharp, his message even sharper. The Cleveland Browns organization apologizes to Shedeur Sanders, his family, his supporters, and our fans. What happened violated everything we stand for. Shedeur Sanders is our quarterback. He is our leader. He is our future. From this day forward, no more obstacles, no more excuses, no more conspiracies, just football. The sight of a billionaire owner publicly backing a fifth-round rookie was jaw-dropping. Haslam's admission was more than damage control. It was an open confession of total organizational collapse. Fans online were split. Some praised him for owning the mistake, calling it a bold step toward rebuilding trust. Others fired back, accusing him of being part of the problem. How could the owner not have known what was happening under his own roof? Now, general manager Andrew Berry sits in the hottest seat in football. If the recordings are verified and he's even remotely linked, his career could vanish overnight. He quickly released a carefully crafted statement saying, "I was unaware of any effort to suppress Shedeur Sanders' development. Had I known, I would have acted immediately and demanded accountability. Going forward, I'm committed to ensuring every player has a fair opportunity to compete and contribute." But the wording only raised eyebrows. Was Berry truly clueless or just trying to save himself? Investigators aren't buying simple denials. League sources say they're digging through his emails, texts, and meeting logs to see exactly what he knew and when. Inside the Browns facility, panic has taken over. Every coach, every coordinator, every assistant is under review. The NFL is about to strip this team down to the studs. Stefanski's assistants are now under the microscope. League investigators, Browns ownership, and team lawyers are grilling them one by one. Some coaches are flipping, handing over evidence, distancing themselves from Stefanski as fast as possible. Others are staying silent, clinging to loyalty, and risking their entire careers in the process. Offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, whose voice was allegedly caught on that leaked recording, has been placed on administrative leave while the investigation continues. And that leaves the big question: who's running the Browns now? In a desperate move to restore order, Cleveland promoted Jim Schwartz, their defensive coordinator, to interim head coach. A battle-tested veteran with previous head coaching experience, Schwartz brought immediate calm to the storm. His first press conference was short and strong. "We're here to coach football. Shedeur Sanders is our quarterback. Dillon Gabriel is our backup. The competition is over. It's time to win games." That statement hit like a reset button. Finally, someone taking charge. Players reportedly felt instant relief. Veterans respected the clarity, while younger guys were just glad to know where they stood. For the first time in months, the Browns had direction instead of drama. But one question keeps haunting the league. Who leaked the audio? Theories are flying everywhere. Some say a furious assistant disgusted by the plot against Shedeur decided to expose the truth no matter the risk. Others whisper it could have been a player, someone tired of watching injustice unfold in silence. And then there's the wildest theory yet, that the leak came from inside the front office itself. Maybe a high-ranking executive secretly hit record to protect ownership, create evidence, and finally get rid of Stefanski without blowing up the franchise completely. Whoever it was, they didn't just leak a recording, they detonated a bomb that changed the entire NFL. Legal experts say the origin of that recording could change everything. Ohio is a one-party consent state, meaning only one person in the room has to agree to be recorded for it to be legal. But here's the catch: NFL facilities have their own strict internal rules. If someone broke those, they could lose their job, face lawsuits, even criminal charges. Whoever leaked that audio didn't just risk a career, they gambled their entire future to expose the truth. And now the whole league is on notice. Every coach in the NFL just got the message loud and clear. Suppressing players, rigging reps, and sabotaging talent isn't strategy, it's career suicide. Goodell's move was a thunderclap across football. Protect the game, protect the players, protect the shield. From now on, coaching politics and front office agendas can't come before fairness and integrity. But not everyone's buying the hero story. Critics are already calling Goodell's decision a public relations stunt. Sure, Shedeur Sanders' name carries power, his father's legend, his social following, his cultural pull. All eyes were already on him, so the question hangs heavy. Would the league have reacted this hard if it wasn't Shedeur Sanders? Would a random backup quarterback have gotten the same justice without viral outrage and sponsor pressure? Probably not. And that's what's fueling the cynicism. Some think Goodell wasn't protecting Shedeur. He was protecting the NFL's image. Still, no matter what the motives were, the results are undeniable. Stefanski's out, gone for good. Shedeur is finally free to shine without sabotage. And the league just got a loud, messy lesson in accountability. Sometimes the right outcome comes from a messy process, and this might be one of those times. Overnight, the Browns' locker room flipped completely. Veterans who once backed Dillon Gabriel are now all in on Shedeur Sanders, flooding social media with support. Players who stayed quiet met before are suddenly calling him their leader. Sure, it looks opportunistic, but in the NFL, survival always comes first. When power shifts, loyalty follows. Then 48 hours after the scandal broke, Shedeur finally spoke. Calm, composed, controlled. His words hit hard. I came to Cleveland to compete, to earn my spot through hard work and performance. What happened wasn't what I wanted. I never wished harm on Coach Stefanski or anyone else, but I'm grateful the truth came out. Now I can focus on football, on helping this team win, and proving I belong here through my play, not through controversy. Let's move forward. That statement silenced the room. No gloating, no anger, just pure professionalism. Analysts called it a masterclass in leadership under fire. Teammates and fans were blown away. Shedeur had every reason to call people out, but instead he rose above it, calm, confident, and laser focused on the future. Now, with training camp restarting, it's a whole new world in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders is locked in as quarterback 1, finally getting all the first team reps he deserved. The offense is being rebuilt around his strengths, his mobility, accuracy, and cool under pressure. The new offensive coordinator, promoted from quarterback coach after Dorsey's suspension, is designing plays made just for him. The Browns are no longer hiding Shedeur, they're unleashing him. Out of nowhere, the Browns' offense looks alive, sharp, explosive, and finally modern. And while all eyes are on Shedeur Sanders, the way Dillon Gabriel handled it deserves respect too. The third-round pick could have caused chaos, demanded a trade, gone public, stirred drama, but instead he stood tall. Shedeur's our guy, Gabriel told reporters. My job is to prepare hard, support him, and be ready when called. That's what pros do. That one quote spoke volumes. Both quarterbacks showing maturity after total chaos. It's a rare sight. Maybe, just maybe, the Browns are finally building something healthy from all this madness. Even the fan base, once at war over who should start, is finding peace. For months, it was toxic. Fans clashing online. Friendships wrecked over quarterback debates. But now, unity. Sanders has become the clear face of the franchise, and Gabriel's supporters are accepting it with class. The irony? That 47-second clip meant to expose corruption somehow ended the feud and brought fans together. Still, the deeper wounds remain. This scandal left a scar that one coaching change can't heal. Free agents will hesitate before signing in Cleveland. Draft prospects will think twice. The headlines won't focus on the new playbook. They'll keep circling back to the scandal, the betrayal, the conspiracy that rocked the NFL. Goodel's lifetime ban might have satisfied justice, but it also branded the franchise forever. Cleveland is now a case study in dysfunction, a place where internal politics crushed a team with talent and heart. And Kevin Stefanski, his name is done. The Coach of the Year trophy means nothing now. The playoff win forgotten. His so-called genius buried under shame. He's now remembered only for this, a 47-second audio clip that detonated his legacy. In the end, Stefanski joins the list of fallen sports figures whose glory was erased by moral collapse. His career destroyed, his family facing public humiliation, his kids destined to read headlines about his downfall forever. Was one recording worth all that destruction? Maybe it was justice. Maybe it was too much. But one thing's certain, the truth can take down anyone, no matter how high they stand. And in this case, the truth didn't just take down a coach. It exposed a system, changed a franchise, and sent a message to every single person in professional football. Play fair, compete honestly, or get ready to lose everything.